Good evening, everybody. Can everybody hear me? Perfect. We're going to go ahead and get started with FCRTA meeting. Can we get a roll call, please?
City of Coalinga.
Here.
City of Fireball.
Here.
City of Fowler.
Here.
Fresno County. City of Huron. City of Kerman. City of Kingsburg.
Here.
City of Mendota.
Here.
City of Orange Cove.
Here.
City of Parlier. City of Reedley.
Here.
City of Sanger.
Here.
City of San Joaquin.
Here.
City of Selma.
Here.
We have quorum.
Thank you. Next, moving on, we have public presentations. Item number 2, there's one item in there. Item A, CEB Readiness Award presented by Ashley Dina, California Motor Vehicle Board. Can you please come up front, Ashley?
From Edna's Auto Center in Bay, California, and also a board member of California New Motor Vehicle. Today, the New Motor Vehicle Board is proud to recognize Fresno County Rural Transit Agency as a Dead Readiness Award recipient. Personally, I'm very proud to be a resident and business member in Central San Joaquin County. The New Motor Vehicle Board launched this award in July 2025 to support the California Transportation Agency for 4 priorities of safety, equity, climate action, and economic prosperity. We recognize that nearly half of all climate changing pollution in California comes from transportation sector, and encourage action for a clearer future for all Californians, regardless of where they live. The shift to cleaner transportation is not simply about technology, it's about people. It's about the access and ensuring the benefits of association reach every household, neighborhood, and community. The Fresno County Rural Transit Agency has demonstrated what it truly means to fight climate change and reduce harm to California. Your agency has shown that meaningful progress does not happen overnight and takes commitment. This commitment looks like long agency meetings, public works teams who adopt infrastructure in real time, community partners who help build trust and ensure all voices are heard. And finally, it takes leaders who understand that equitable and accessible transit is an ongoing process. Behind every changing station installed, every solar panel placed, every battery storage built, every fleet transition plan, and every policy adopted, there are countless hours of collaboration, problem solving, and persistence. There are residents who share their experiences, staff who transform ideas into action, and advocates who keep the focus on fairness and inclusion. Serving 13 rural incorporated cities and nearly 40 unincorporated communities in Fresno County, your agency identified multiple benefits to the environment, economy, residents, and transit riders throughout the San Joaquin Valley. Your collaboration with Caltrans, elected officials, Fresno's Council of Governments, and City of Selma, and numerous private sector partners reminds us that progress is built collectively. It is powered not only by electricity, but by dedication, patience, and a shared belief in a better, cleaner future. On behalf of the California New Motor Vehicle Board, thank you for your leadership, your persistence, and your commitment to fighting climate change and reducing harm to all Californians by making Fresno County dead ready. Congratulations on the well-deserved recognition. Right.
Board members?
All of us? Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
All?
Where'd I go?
Jim, come.
Oh, Jim,
So did not me. Oh, some of them was understood for some things, but otherwise. I think we're gonna leave it a little bit, is it possible to have some of the board members sit or do you guys want to stand?
Let's have the website sit.
That's good, guys, come on.
Okay. Ready?
Uh,
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, one more. 1. Awesome.
Thank you. Break the camera.
Yeah, no, I think this.
It's always great to start a meeting with a recognition, but I want to thank staff, Janelle, for the hard work, and also former Executive Director Moses for all the hard work that they've been putting through the years. So thank you very much. Your hard work does not go unrecognized. At this time, anybody from the board would like to say a few words? If not, we can move on.
I spoke at an event, I think it was yesterday, and Moses was there. And we're talking about, I mentioned green transportation, but I forgot to say is that Moses has been the champion at the agency level within the county of Fresno that has advanced it so much. I think it's put us in front of every county in the region. And thank you, Moses, for your leadership and your vision and your mentorship of our new leader to champion the same. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Moving on, we have consent items. Item number 3, letters A through D. Can I get a motion, or if anybody has any questions on any of them, move. Second.
I'll second.
Everybody in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion pass. Next, we have other business items from staff. Any items from staff? No items from staff. Any items from the members? No items from the members. Meeting adjourned. Perfect. All right. Thank you.
My spaghetti.
Yeah. It's currently-
Got it. Okay. Then we're gonna open it up for a vote, right?
Robert will give a quick, what this is about, the Fresno County Regional Transportation Engagement Fee. So that's
You came for something. Everything you showed up.
Yeah.
All right. We are going to call to order the Fresno County Regional Transportation Mitigation Fee Agency. It is 5:43 PM. Would you call the roll, please?
This.
Here.
City of Coalinga.
Here.
City of Fireball.
Here.
City of Fowler.
Here.
City of Fresno.
Here.
City of Huron.
Here.
City of Kerman. City of Kingsburg.
Here.
City of Mendota.
Here.
City of Orange Cove.
Here.
City of Parlier. City of Reedley.
Here.
City of Sanger.
Here.
City of San Joaquin,
Here.
City of Selma,
Here.
Fresno County. We have quorum.
Okay, so first item of business is to appoint a chair to the Fresno County Regional Mitigation Fee Agency. This term will expire March 2027. The current chair is Mayor Alma Beltran, City of Parlier. Are we going to vote with a motion or a name and then vote on that motion, or how should
Yeah,
we
that's
do
that's the process that you can certainly follow. Just for those who are uninitiated in this, the Regional Transportation Mitigation Fee Agency, as you are probably aware, this board wears multiple hats. This is one of them, along with the City Selection Committee as well. The RTMF, as it's known, RTMF was established under Measure C. Is a fee on new development with a nexus that's tied directly to that development for transportation improvements. So this committee only meets very typically, maybe, I don't know, typically once every 5 years.
Well, anytime there's a matter of business, but they usually meet at least once a year to adopt a new chairman and vice chair.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
But
with
The nexus
study.
is goes on a 5-year basis.
Right.
It was on a 5-year basis. State legislation changed it to an 8-year. So the next time we have a nexus will be for 2028.
Right.
And it
Yeah,
requires.
so very, very infrequently, but we do meet to appoint the officers each year, as we're doing today. And the biggest items usually have to do with the nexus studies that establish the the development fees when those change. So that's a little bit of context for what the body does. It is separate and distinct from both the Fresno COG Policy Board and the Measure C and the FCTA. So it exists. It was created as part of the last Measure C renewal, but it is separate and distinct from it. So just to provide that.
If I could add a couple of things to it. The ballot measure in 2007 required that each city and the county adopt an individual RTMF program and remit it to the proceeds to the Transportation Authority, where then the COG would roll that money into the capital projects program, the regional transportation program that builds these big capital infrastructure projects like 168 and 180 and 269 out there in Huron. And so we hired a consultant to develop the nexus back in 2008. And they developed a consensus that rather than have 16 individual RTMF fees, we had formed one regional fee. So we have a consistent rate throughout the county. COG would administrate it. Of course, they formed a JPA, of which y'all are the board members for the JPA. And the COG, the RTMF JPA, and the Transportation Authority have interagency agreements that controls all this. That we'll have to give some thought to that whenever after the ballot passes in November. So there's some thought that we'll have to give to it to work on this agency. So we'll be meeting more frequently once the ballot measure passes or doesn't pass. We have to sort through all this because the term of the RTMF right now coincides with the term of the measure, which technically will end June 30th, 2027. And if one of the ballots measure passed, then they both have provisions for the RTMF to continue. And so we'll have to sort through all that. If neither ballot measures pass, there's still nothing to say that the RTMF couldn't continue because we're paying back some loans of Measure C that occurred during the measure that could represent future projects. And so we'll have plenty on the agenda for the discussion about this agency. So I anticipate that after November, we'll be meeting a lot more frequency as the RTMF agency.
Thank you.
Great. With that, is there a nomination for the chair of the RTMF?
I'd like to nominate Gilbert Garcia from the city of Orange Grove.
Okay, would you call it? Are there any other nominations at this time? Would you call the roll?
I'm gonna nominate Victor Martinez as the chair. Cause I mean, that's been the tradition, correct? You know, just following. But yeah,
Usually follows COG,
Yeah.
chair and vice chair.
Oh, does it?
So when we do the roll call, do we just say the name of the
Right.
person that we want? to
That
be
is your
chair?
policy.
I'm gonna have to stay with my nomination, man.
Any other nominations tonight? Chair of RTMF. Call the roll, please.
okay.
City of Clovis.
Are we saying who we're voting for?
Yes.
Say
Okay.
Martinez or Gilbert.
Martinez.
City of Coalinga.
Martinez.
City of Firebaugh.
Martinez.
City of Fowler.
Martinez.
City of Fresno.
Victor Martinez.
City of Huron.
Garcia.
Garcia.
City of Kingsburg.
Martinez.
City of Mendota. City of Orange Cove.
Martinez. Órale, Gilbert.
City of Reedley.
Victor Martinez.
It's all good, Gilbert.
City of Sanger.
Martinez.
City of San Joaquin.
Martinez.
City of Selma.
Martinez.
The part that they left out in the description was that usually we nominate and elect the chair for this position.
You want to take it from here?
Oh, perfect, yeah, so since it follows the FCOG, I nominate Brandon for vice chair. That's it. Nomination. Everybody in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Next, we have item number 2, executive minutes for March 27, 2025. We're looking for an approval of that for the RTMF agency.
I'll move that we accept executive minutes as presented.
I'll second it.
Everybody in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Pass. Other businesses, any items from staff,
Nothing from staff.
items from members? Any presentations from anybody? Meeting adjourned. Next, we have, we're doing good in time, guys. 2 meetings in 20 minutes.
Just
We have Fresno Council of Governments. Can I get a roll call, please? We'll get to a roll.
City of Clovis.
Here.
City of Coalinga.
Here.
City of Firebaugh.
Here.
City of Fowler.
Here.
City of Fresno.
Yes, here.
City of Huron.
Here.
City of Kerman. City of Kingsburg.
Here.
City of Mendota.
Here.
City of Orange Cove.
Here.
City of Parlier. City of Reedley.
Here.
City of Sanger.
Here.
City of San Joaquin.
Here.
City of Selma.
Here.
Fresno County. We have quorum.
Thank you. Robert, do you have a?
Yeah,
Read?
thank you. Chair, just a quick statement before we open the meeting. The 2026-27 Unmet Transit Needs Assessment Public Hearing that was originally scheduled for this evening has been rescheduled and noticed for Tuesday, June 2nd, 2026 at 5:30 p.m. Participants may participate in person here at Fresno COG or via Zoom. The Zoom link is available on our Fresno COG website in several places, including under the calendar and under latest news. A staff member is available tonight in person this evening to take any unmet transit needs and suggestions, but no public hearing will be held during this policy board meeting. So if you would like to discuss an unmet transit need, please join Todd Sobrato, who's raising his hand tonight out in the lobby. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Moving on, we have item number 1, transportation consent items, letters A through D. Anyone has any questions on those? If not, can I get a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second,
Second.
everybody in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passed. Need public comment?
Yes.
Okay, any public comment on consent items, letter A through D? Seeing none, we motion again?
Yes.
Okay, we have a motion here.
Yes.
Mayor Dyer? Yes.
Motion.
And can we get a second?
Second.
Everybody in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion will pass. Next, we have item number 2, transportation action discussions items. Letter A, Measure C transit-oriented infrastructure for infill development TOD program, cycle 14, project recommendations. Can we get a report, please, Rachel?
Thank you, Chair. Good evening, members of the board. My name is Rachel Hellett. I'm an Associate Regional Planner with Fresno Council of Governments. I'll be presenting Agenda Item A, which is the Measure C Transit-Oriented Infrastructure for Infill Development, also known as the TOD program, Cycle 14 Project Recommendations. This is an action item. The TOD program was established as part of the 2006 Measure C renewal. Its intent is to support planning and infrastructure projects that encourage walkability, bikeability, and access to transit. Fresno COG released the call for projects on January 9th, and the applications were due on March 3rd. We received 4 applications from 3 jurisdictions, including the City of Firebaugh, City of Fresno, and the County of Fresno. The scoring committee included representatives from Fresno Council of Governments, FCTA, the City of Fresno, the County of Fresno, City of Clovis, East Side Cities, West Side Cities, the public representing community development, FACTS, Clovis Transit, and FCRTA. The committee met on March 19th and recommends fully funding all 4 projects. Given the current available funding, as well as the uncertain future of Measure C, the committee also unanimously agreed to extend the accrual period through April 30th to allow all projects to move forward this cycle. The projects received are as follows. The first project from City of Firebaugh is the implementation of the Community Connectivity and Downtown Revitalization Study Code Updates project, which includes the planning and zoning updates to support walkable mixed-use development. The project requested $29,000. Full funding is recommended. The second from the City of Firebaugh is the Del Rio Bus Stop and Sidewalk project, which will add sidewalks, ADA improvements, as well as a new regional bus stop to improve safety and enhance access to transit. The project requests $120,000 and full funding is recommended. The third is the City of Fresno's Broadway Street Grid Reconnection project, which will fill a segment that is currently missing on Broadway Street to enhance connectivity within the downtown region. This project requests $918,500 and full funding is recommended. The last project is the County of Fresno pedestrian and bike improvements along Chestnut Avenue from Shields to Clinton. This would include sidewalks, bike lanes, improvements to bus stops, and close gaps and infill within the region. This project requests $990,530 and full funding is recommended. Together, these projects include safety and access to transit and support infill development across Fresno County. Staff and TTC PAC recommend the Policy Board approve the Measure C Cycle 14 project recommendations. This concludes my presentation, and I'd be happy to answer any questions. Thank you.
So move.
I'll second that.
Aye.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and good morning, good evening, members of the committee. Fresno Council of Governments was awarded $12.8 million in regional early action planning, REAP 2.0, funding to suballocate to local jurisdictions for projects that accelerate infill housing development, affirmatively further fair housing, and reduce vehicle miles traveled. The original allocation of funds is shown below, with the agency, the project, and the award. The City of Fresno has recently confirmed that it will not use its full $10.3 million allocation, and instead anticipates expending $8,152,666.58. This results in a remaining balance of $2,147,333.42 in available REAP 2.0 funds. With the REAP 2.0 expenditure deadline extended to December 31st of this year, Fresno COG staff recommends reallocating the remaining funds to support the other two ongoing projects within the region. Specifically, it's recommended that an additional 1 million be allocated to the city of San Joaquin and $1,147,333.42 be allocated to the city of Fireball to further advance their projects with additional funding. The city of Fireball intends to use the additional funding to purchase downtown properties for future infill development, while the city of San Joaquin will extend and connect water infrastructure to complete a critical water system loop serving the original project area, improving system connectivity, reliability, and service capacity. Both jurisdictions have committed to spending the funds before the December 31st deadline. And that concludes my presentation, and I can help answer any questions.
You're welcome.
I was gonna say.
Nice. Any questions from the members? No? Any questions from public? Seeing none.
Motion approved. You get it?
Got a motion to approve
Second.
here? A second. Everybody in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passed. Thank you, Mayor Dyer. Letter C, Active Transportation Program, ATP Cycle 8 Guidelines. Matthew, please go ahead.
All right. So the Active Transportation Program, ETP, established by the state in 2013, provides funding to support projects that increase safe and accessible walking, biking, and non-motorized transportation options. The program aims to improve public health, reduce greenhouse gas emissions, and enhance mobility for all Californians, especially underserved communities. Eligible projects include infrastructure improvements, education and encouragement programs, and plans that promote active transportation networks and connectivity. The program encourages projects that demonstrate safety, accessibility, and potential to reduce vehicle miles traveled. ATP funding is distributed as follows: 50% to the state for the statewide competitive program, statewide competitive ATP, 10% to the small urban and rural and area and competitive program managed by the state, and 40% to the large urbanized area competitive program with funding distributed by population and managed by the Metropolitan Planning Organization, so regional ATP. Fresno COG develops the regional ATP guidelines and recommends projects to the California Transportation Commission, the CTC. Guidelines align with the statewide rules and with some regional adjustments reflecting local priorities. Development includes input from Fresno COG's ATP Multidisciplinary Advisory Group, the MAG, which represents government agencies, public health, and active transportation stakeholders and disadvantaged communities. The CTC adopted the final 2027 statewide ATP Cycle 8 guidelines on March 19th. There were relatively minor changes to the statewide level from Cycle 7 to Cycle 8, consisting of new and revised language in various program categories. Considerable program changes include all projects must first apply to the statewide component. Projects not selected may submit a downscaled application to the regional component or a scalability plan. They also removed the Justice 40 Climate and Economic Justice Screening Tool and US DOT Equitable Transportation Community Explorer. And then ATP will not fund Class 3 bikeways on a highway with a speed limit of 25 miles per hour or less. A project that proposes installing new sharrows on a roadway that has a posted speed limit greater than 30 miles per hour. Project proposing to use ATP funds to supplant other committed funds. Ongoing and existing non-infrastructure projects and related operations. And cost increases unless the agency is able to cover the overruns without additional ATP funding, and only cost increases for Caltrans nominated on-system projects. A few minor differences remain between the statewide guidelines and the Fresno COG regional guidelines. These differences include no minimum funding requirement. Quick build projects are eligible, but only for the MPO component only. Leveraging points are available, and all projects scored are using the small infrastructure criteria. So Fresno COG will conduct a supplemental regional call for projects using the regional ATP scoring criteria and a designated regional scoring committee. To be eligible for the regional competition, all projects must first be submitted to the statewide ATP competitive program. Only projects that applied at the statewide level but were not selected for funding will be considered for the regional call for projects. So the call for projects is open currently, the statewide, with applications due to Caltrans on June 22nd. Following the CTC approval of the regional ATP guidelines, which will happen sometime in June 27th or 28th this year, the regional call will open with applications due November 18th, including the quick build projects. Regional ATP documents are included for review and approval and will be posted to the Fresno COG website. And the electronic ATP cycling applications and other guidance can be found on the CTC website. And if you have any questions for the regional side, you can contact me or Simran Jahudi. for any further questions. And that concludes my presentation. I can help answer any questions for that.
I'll move.
Second.
Aye.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Chair. Good evening, members of the board. The final fiscal year 2026-27 overall work program and budget totaling $17.89 million is submitted for committee and board consideration this evening. The proposed budget decreased $20.5 million from last year's budget. This decrease is mainly attributable to the completion of one-time large grants. Operational revenues remain intact, reserves are adequate, and the agency continues to operate within the bounds of prudent management. The final 2026-27 overall work program and budget and resolution 2026-13 are attached to this agenda item tonight. Your staff is requesting that, as well as TTC and PAC, that the policy board approve this resolution and adopt Fresno COG's final 2026-27 overall work program and budget. And I'm happy to take any questions. Thank you.
All right. Any questions from members?
Move to approve.
Approve. We'll ask for a quick, anybody from the public real
Any
quick?
public comments?
No? We got a
Second.
motion
Move to
here.
approve.
Second. Everybody in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passed. Caltrans report.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Braden Duran, I'm the Office Chief for Transportation Planning at District 6. Philip Vallejo, our deputy, was unable to be here tonight. He sends his regrets and looks forward to being here with everyone next month. Just some updates from the Caltrans District 6 side. I want to extend a big thank you to the City of Kerman and their staff for hosting us back on April 15th for our first walk assessment of 2026. We walked along State Route 145 and State Route 180. We observed the student patterns at lunch and after school and worked to document opportunities to improve safety and expand active transportation options on the state highway system. We really appreciated the opportunity to engage with the members of the community. It really serves as a great way to do some early engagement. Again, I know this might have been said at the last meeting, but if any agencies are interested in a walk assessment, I know we had some agencies express some interest last month and that we're following up on. But again, we're always happy to come out and collaborate. Going back also to the Saturday, the 18th of this month, which was Earth Day 2026, we were spread out across the county for multiple events. We partnered with Tree Fresno to plant around 95 trees at the State Route 41 and Jensen interchange. And then in partnership with Beautify Fresno, our Caltrans team collected 34 bags of trash on State Route 180 between Chestnut and Peach. And that was done as part of the Great American Cleanup Initiative, which I believe happens nationwide. And then we also joined City of Orange Cove for the opening of their brand new Sheridan Park, which was a Clean California Local Grant Program project. I just want to congratulate them on their new park. I was out there. I had the honor of speaking at the ribbon cutting, and it's a beautiful facility. So I encourage everyone to go out there and take a look. Matthew covered the active transportation program, Cycle 8. The program is open and accepting applications. I just want to note that the applications are due to the California Transportation Commission. Please don't send them to Caltrans. There is a online submission form that the CTC has set up, and those again are due by June 22nd. And then lastly, I do want to invite everyone here to our District 6 annual Workers Memorial, which is going to be taking place on Tuesday, May 12th at 10:30 a.m. in front of the district office. That's the office up on Olive. This year, we're going to be honoring the memory of the 195 fallen state workers. And we're going to be having our District 6 and CHP division leadership speaking. The headquarters, the statewide Workers Memorial was held last week on Thursday in Sacramento. In terms of project updates, I just have one project that has an update for this month, and that is the Excelsior Expressway. I do note that we are on target to approve the contract for construction of that project tomorrow, May 1st. And then I believe that there is going to be a 4-month delayed start for utility relocation. And once that is complete, the contractor will begin construction work, which is tentatively scheduled for about midsummer. One area where the team is experiencing some challenges is with PG&E utility relocation. The delay stems from the need to issue a revised utility agreement. PG&E has communicated that their relocation work is slated to begin in July, although the team's goal is to expedite that process and get those relocation efforts back on track as soon as possible. And then lastly, I believe at the last board meeting, Mayor Dyer had a question about the trees planted on 41 and Divisadero. I can report that 136 trees were planted. That included 58 Western Redbud, 27 Desert Willows, and 51 Valley Oak trees. And I'm happy to take any questions. And of course, if anyone has a question on a project I did not cover, I can always provide an update.
Thank you very much. Any questions from members?
Just want to say thank you to Caltrans for cutting that grass in front of the car dealerships on 99. Much appreciated. Starting to grow pretty fast now. Thank you.
Any other comments, questions? No? Anyone from the public? Nobody? All right. Thank you very much for the report. Administrative consent items. We have one, letter A, publicinput.com, plan renewal. Do we have any questions from members about the plan renewal for this? If seeing none, anybody from the public? Nope. If not, can I get a motion, please?
I'll move.
Like it.
Everybody in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion pass. Admin action items. We have letter A, Fresno State Transportation Institute emergency request for Measure C funding. Robert, please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chairman. And this is just an information item that during the April 8th Fresno County Transportation Authority Board meeting, the board directed FCTA staff and Fresno COG staff to provide an emergency infusion of $1.5 million in what we call new technology funding, a program that Fresno COG administers, Measure C funding for FCTA to the Fresno State Transportation Institute following a presentation by Dr. Ali Tawfiq, who administers that institute. He had provided a update and description of the institute's activities, its projects, community engagement, and outreach. For those who are unaware, that's a partnership. The institute is a partnership among Fresno State, FCTA, Fresno COG, that is supported by Measure C new technology funding that was awarded approximately $3 million in 2017. Dr. Tawfiq himself is an assistant professor of civil engineering, and it works to address Fresno County's transportation problems through education, research, technical services, and outreach to the public. It takes on multiple studies for which it employs student interns from a variety of different schools now. It started with just engineering, but has expanded to include the Craig School of Business and also the College of Social Sciences. So in 24-25, FITSE had as many as 24 student interns employed for a variety of studies that had been commissioned by Caltrans and several other organizations and entities. Among its own research projects, such as an AI-powered survey tool capable of dialing thousands of residents simultaneously, and a prototype robotic crossing guard for elementary school children. It also sponsors an annual model train competitions for elementary and high school students interested in engineering and other transportation-related professions. So as a result of the funding shortfall, the number of students in the program has dropped to 8. As of today. Now, staff is reviewing the invoicing from the last 3 years and understands that the problem that he's experiencing is centered on an unexpected but budgeted $300,000 charge from Fresno State to cover 30% of Dr. Tawfiq's salary from 2022 through 2025. And this was funding that was withdrawn directly from the Institute's accounts in December of 2025. And so this happens to coincide with the next new technology grant call for projects that's coming up on May 8th. So we will be coming back to you next month with a proposal for how to address this. We do anticipate that the FTSE will be competing with the region's 16 other jurisdictions for an anticipated $7.5 to $8 million in funding available. And so we are working with Dr. Tawfik on a solution. We don't know that it's going to entail the full 1.5 million at this point, but we are working through that, and we'll return to you in May. We just wanted to inform you that we had received direction from the FCTA board to address this. So I'm happy to take any questions.
So I have a question.
Sure.
Was it decided that beforehand that the money was going to be paid out of this fund to pay 30% of Dr. Tawfik's salary?
It's our understanding that was a line item expense that was budgeted in his, so it was part of his proposal. And he understood that it was coming out, but it was not invoiced. And so the issue was that Fresno State had not billed him for that funding from 2022 through 2025, and then withdrew the funds electronically directly from his account or from the FTSE account in December of 2025.
And so it's basically, am I looking at this as a $300,000 shortfall, which would be $100,000 per year? Or is it a $900,000 shortfall for $300,000 per year?
We understand that it's a $300,000 shortfall. His request was for 1.5 million to restore the program to where it had been at its apex, as I understand it.
So what else occurred to cause the program to go into this mode then?
That's
obviously if 300,000 is only his part of the salary, and that's the only problem that we're seeing on the surface. There's actually other problems built deeper into this because he's asking for 1.something million to restore it.
That's what we're researching.
I think that was direction from FCTA to provide funding for 2 years. That's why he was coming for $1.5 million request, but the actual need to finish this year is $300,000.
Okay.
And then he's going to be competing for that grant money that's going to be available. So, yeah.
We're looking at this as two different issues.
Yeah.
The current $300,000 deficit, and then the next 2 years of operating cost. And the operating costs will be part of this next call for projects to do, but we're going to have to deal with the deficit, quicker.
So the deficit's only actually 300,000.
It's been tossed around 375, somewhere in there.
Okay, no problem. Thank you.
I had a question. I just wanted to know, before we do anything, did they fulfill whatever their call for proposal? And the staff needs to bring to us, these were deliverables, this is what they did. So I think we need to know that, because we just can't give money out just because they're saying it's an emergency. And so we need to really analyze that, even if it's 300 or if it's 1.5 million, it doesn't matter. Did they do what they say they were going to do? Second, I really want to know how in a year, 24 down to 8, and you don't know? Now you're in a hole for 1.5 million. So what's going on? What is it? And I think they need to answer to us to
Let me just
really explain.
Let me just make a few things clear, guys. He's not in a hole for $1.5 million. That was his request per direction of FCTA. So, but Robert and Moses, they're doing their due diligence to present all the facts to us.
Okay.
And what he needs is 300 and something to finish up the year. That's basically what's right now in here. But then he's going to compete for that grant cycle that is coming up. Can we get the money?
Can we get Moses to I think he's firsthand.
Thank you, Mayor. Moses Stites, FCTA.
just to give you a little background, and I think those are very good questions that you have, Mayor. And that, let me start first, that FCOG was very diligent in doing their fiscal oversight and responsibility. As of the first of the year, they were given some invoices that still showed a balance of over $500,000 from FTSI, Fresno State Transportation Institute. I'm just going to use an acronym, FTSI. So FCOG was doing their processing of the invoices. However, when Dr. Tawfiq came to the FCTA board to make a presentation based on the advisory committee request, he came in and to answer one of your questions, Mayor, he presented all the projects, the scope of work that they were fulfilling quite extensively over the period of the program from 2017 for that $3 million with the agreement with FCOG. And then FCTA has an agreement with FCOG passing through that money for reimbursement. And I'm just kind of highlighting some high-level points to you. The FCTA board and FCOG staff were a bit surprised, almost shocked, when Dr. Tawfiq came in and said on April 10th to the FCTA board that he only had $26,000 remaining to complete the program, which would expire at the end of April. So we were all kind of in shock. And if you recall, I stated that FCOG, through their billing and processing of invoices quarterly with Fresno State, showed $500,000 in January. So there was a gap in time there that FCOG didn't have all the information until we had a meeting with Dr. Tawfiq based on some line item and expenditures that were submitted ahead of time. And FCOG's accounting staff did pretty much an extensive spreadsheet of all the expenses, the billings year to date. And we met last week, I believe it was a week ago Thursday, and we dealt with the issue at hand and essentially said, because the FCTA board directed both staffs to work on a 2-year, $1.5 million allocation, to your point, Mayor, about allocating money from that program. But we met, and essentially because Fresno State did not disclose to us that they were $300 short based on an internal accounting billing, which was within the university. It was a line item, it was allocated. However, it was not reported to us or the FCTA board at that time. So based on that meeting, essentially we asked, what will it take to get you through the end of this year, notwithstanding the possibility, which they will, apply for the funding for the new tech cycle, which is going to open May 8th, and then they can compete just like everybody else, excluding the $375,000 to get them through December of this year. So that's kind of a synopsis of what we're trying to do to make the program whole. Through June. I'm sorry. Through June, isn't it?
No, through December.
Is it December?
December of this year. However, it doesn't prevent them from applying for that between $7.5 to $8 million and, continuing the program for up to the 2 years. So it was a reconciliation of both agencies meeting to try and get to basically the bottom of this and, to deal with it. But that is pretty much the update. And I'm just trying to fill in the gaps and the blanks here. So we are working through this. And as Robert indicated, FCOG would come back in May with another amendment to the agreement for $375,000 to get them through the end of this year. And then they would still be applying for the new tech funding cycle, which opens up in May. And the awards, if everything goes accordingly, the awards should be given and agreements consummated by December board meetings. So if they are successful in getting additional funding, which more than likely they have a good chance like everybody else, then
those agreements would follow beyond January 1st of 2027. So hopefully I covered a lot of.
So when you're talking about the reconciliation, who was supposed to pay the bill? Fresno State or FCOG or FCTA? Like the 300,000 that didn't get paid because of that, who was supposed to pay it?
The FITSE program, however, it was for
Who funds the FISCI program?
FCTA through FCOG reimburses FCOG. It was a line item, the 300,000. It was an internal lack of billing within their department because Dr. Twafik's salary, 1/3 of it, is allocated to the FITSE program. The other 2/3 the university picks up as part of the engineering program.
All right.
So
So
the university did not bill Dr. Tawfik for like 3 years. On a timely basis. Right. So that was it was in a line item within the budget and the scope. However, they had some internal things, which, we'll definitely officially bring that to their attention as well going forward.
Thank you, Moses. Any other questions from members? This is informational. You have a question? Wait.
I just, when it comes to finances, especially with this board, I know that's only informational, but hopefully we get that information if we have to see it in closed session to have you guys really look at it in detail and give us assurances that it's been done that way. I just don't like that at the last minute we are told, the ship's going down. And so that shows, well, is it management? What is it? Something's going on. And so I just am uncomfortable until we see something more. Okay.
Any comments from the public? Seeing none, this was informational only. Let's move on to items from staff, other items, any items from staff?
None at this time.
No. Items from members?
Yes.
I do have one. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Thank you for those who came to the rodeo. We had it. And also, we appreciate Mayor Dyer coming to the rodeo on Saturday.
I saw some great pictures.
Yeah. We allowed him to cross the border there for, you had to pass till noon, so.
I only have one Clovis person in the audience tell me to go back to Fresno. So I was pretty good out of 50,000, I was pretty good.
And then we do have the mayor's breakfast this coming Thursday. I know it's also a National Day of Prayer, so some of you are having your own individual, but invitation's still there. So if some of you have not RSVP'd, please come. Love to have you on Thursday morning. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor.
So we've been supporting the development of a nature conservancy. It's in the legislature. We're seeking letters of support from all of our colleagues. 3,000 acres of land that has not been used for production for numerous decades. Thank you, Robert, for your letter of support. And it would be great if I could get all my mayors, all my cities from the county to also provide a letter of support. Let me know if you're interested so I can send you the draft letter that you could tweak and share it. 3,000 acres, that would be huge. It would be the first nature conservancy on the west side, west side of the valley, and the first one near a farm worker city. So right now there's a bunch of this going on because of Prop 4, but there's certain folks that are trying to contain it in existing nature conservancies that are next to more, what's the term? Affluent communities. And we need to bring those resources to the valley as well, and particularly to communities like Huron. And we would appreciate your support. Also, we're organizing through the Leap Institute the West Side Bike Ride. And we're going to start it at San Joaquin from Fireball. Seemed to be a little ambitious for some folks. So now it's going to be cut to half of the distance, which will be 35 miles. I've done 20 miles, but with no hills, and you do it in an hour. And if you're in worse shape than me, then, I don't know what that's about, but, probably an hour and a half. So we're gonna do it from San Joaquin. Thank you, Adam, for hosting us to initiate it there, all the way to 5 Points. Stop at Westside Elementary School, have a little barbecue, fuel up, hydrate up, and continue the ride at Huron. And it's part of our celebratory year of being incorporated for 75 years. So it's our B day in terms of being a city since 1951. And I want to see you guys be able to sponsor this and support it so that I could put your city logo onto the flyer. If I could get your eyes, everybody. All right, it seems like it's gonna be blank, but I'll get you some information, but that would be nice because also in the past we've talked about trails on the west side connecting all the cities. So I think this will be a good test run of what that looks like, and we'll be out there actually auditing, the space. We'll have all the safety measures in place. We're talking to CHP and the sheriffs, and really would appreciate your support. And your main support would be in participating. So if you are afraid of pedaling all the way, we have e-bikes and e-trikes that you could check out, but you got to do it soon, Adam. You got to do it quick. Respond to Joey, so you could reserve it for the day. And nothing better than good health, 35 to stay alive. That's how many miles we're gonna do. And let's show the kids that, it's not just something that kids do, it's something that adults do to stay healthy. I'm very proud of the infrastructure we have now in Huron. Very farm worker, very low income, but we have a full-fledged bike lane infrastructure, little bike freeway. We have the only Class 4 protected bike lane in the state route in Caltrans District 6. So let's make that happen for the safety of our kids. All right, I'm almost done here, Mr. Chair. If you could, be so
Thank you.
courteous. So also just to announce that we got our 3.6 million to finalize our plaza. We got that a long time ago, but I had some colleagues that were against it during the pandemic. It had a huge impact. Cost rose to basically double the price of the plaza. Therefore, it was stagnant. The state of California has stepped up. We're getting 3.6, and we're going to start construction this year. A beautiful plaza. There'll be a big party, and I'm looking forward to seeing all you guys there. And so that is the end. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mayor. Anybody else?
Yeah, I have just an update, and Mayor Monatua may want to share what they're doing in Clovis. But as you're all aware, this is the 250-year celebration for our country, 250 years since the signing of the Declaration of Independence. So we're going to go all out in celebrating this year. And it will begin starting Memorial Day. By Memorial Day, we'll be displaying 1,000 U.S. flags, made in America, by the way, at four times the cost. But it is made in America, and they'll be in high-trafficked areas in Fresno, Herndon Avenue, Veterans Boulevard, of course, Shaw Avenue, and we're going to be connecting at the border with Clovis over there by Willow. So they're going to continue on. And we'll have them downtown, McKinley and Olive Avenue in the Tower District, all along California, Ventura. They will be the normal flags, very similar to that.
4x6?
Yeah. And so they'll be flying, and we're going to keep them up through Veterans Day as long as the flags hold out. And then on June 13th at 2:00, we'll be having a flag retirement ceremony at our Memorial Auditorium downtown, Veterans Memorial. And that will start at 2, and then at 2:50 to correspond with the 250th celebration, we'll actually be retiring a flag through a flag burning ceremony. We're going to have children's choirs. We'll have different speakers. We'll have a military band playing, and the museum will be open for visitation. And then there'll be a number of other events that occur, but July 4th, we'll have a huge celebration downtown, blocking off the streets. We anticipate tens of thousands of people coming out. And that will be a celebration late afternoon into the evening. And then the Grizzlies will be hosting a home game that night. And then afterwards, there'll be 4th of July fireworks. Nice. And at the 8th inning, we'll open up the stadium. Anybody can come in free. So that's just a few of the things we have going We have a number of other things with murals coming up on utility boxes and competition with our youth for art projects that will be displayed at the U.S. Conference of Mayors as well as at City Hall. So, and I hope every other city will get involved and celebrate America Today. I know not everyone in our country feels like celebrating today because of economic uncertainty or immigration policies or perhaps some of the unfavorable things that have occurred in our history, like slavery or internment camps or civil rights issues. But the reality is there are people out there that want to celebrate America, and we're going to give them an opportunity to do so in Fresno. Thank you.
That's great. Thank you very much, Mayor. I will be sending an invitation for those of you, if you guys have time, May 15 at 10 a.m. We're going to do a groundbreaking ceremony for our new community center. It's a $12 million project that we're doing out there in the community. May 15 at 10 a.m. You'll be receiving an invitation from the city. Thank you. Good. All right, moving on. We have a closed session item here. So we're gonna be doing closed session. Anybody who's not part of the board, please. Oh, we have presentations? Any public presentations? None? All right. Yeah, closed session. Oh, you have a public presentation? Okay, go ahead.
Oh, there we go. All right. Good evening, board chair. Thank you for the opportunity to speak. My name is Richie Saivon, California Department of Insurance, outreach analyst for the Central Valley and the Central Coast. Real quick, I would love to call for your support in a legislative package that the Department of Insurance is sponsoring, focusing on wildfire recovery insurance reform. They're currently under consideration at the state capitol. They have been moving around the floors. These measures have been authored by State Senator Steve Padilla, Assembly members Mike Gibson, and Assembly member Lisa Calderon, focused on addressing ongoing recovery challenges in wildfire impacted communities across California. Looking today in my work, I did see numerous zip codes throughout the Central Valley that have been identified as wildfire distressed, even some in Mayor Lunatua's area as well. So we definitely want to support these bills. Together, these measures are designed to reduce to speed recovery, reduce coverage gaps, increase accountability, and strengthen long-term community resilience. Local government support is incredibly important in advancing these policies that directly impact residents. So I do respectfully ask for your consideration and support. I'm happy to provide fact sheets on each of these bills along with a brief summary. I would also love the opportunity to present at your city council meetings. I have a couple. But would love to present with the legislative update to answer any questions as well. But thank you for your time, leadership, and your continued commitment to protecting your community. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any questions? Nobody? All right, now we move on into closed session.
Going to be adjourning from closed session.
So do we adjourn this meeting and then go into closed session?
I'll move that we go into closed session.